Hello everybody, Sniping is Fun here, and I welcome you all back to a next video on my channel, next quick little video I want to present to all of you here on YouTube, and it's going to be yet another continuation of the Celebrating 10 Years video here on YouTube that I presented last week on November 10th of 2016, which was the day I created, back in 2006, my YouTube channel, which was celebrating at the time 10 years. And I basically talked about all my time over that time, thanking people that subscribed to my channel and viewed my videos, and how I basically viewed YouTube at the time and over the years, and how I loved doing all the YouTube videos and how it changed and impacted my life, and so on and so forth. And then I did a continuation video of that, in fact, when I basically talked about the origins of my name, Sniping is Fun, where it was at the beginning, the original meaning, and a meaning that actually kind of came, a second meaning that kind of came along as I was doing the channel, more so in the last couple of years, like basically more in depth, meaning that the name could actually also take as well as that original name. This right here is going to be yet another video, in that lineup, and I wanted to talk about this too because now it's celebrating 10 years. I want to look back on this topic, and that is on my favorite moments here on YouTube. And this video is going to be quick because I have about 3 or 4 in my mind right now. But if I can think of some more, I'll probably do a second part to this video, or I will do comment section type stuff, basically. So I wanted to kind of do that. My favorite moments here on YouTube, looking back and seeing what some of the moments were on YouTube that were some of my favorites to actually, have been part of. And let's start with the first one back around early 2011, when it all started with my time in the NW Nation. And for those of you who don't know what the NW Nation is, which is probably a lot of people, I wouldn't put it past a lot of people that probably come across this video to question what in the world the NW Nation is, because the group is long past dead pretty much. It was at the time a group of Nintendo fans that came together and were united in the front of being Nintendo fans and their love and fandom of Nintendo games and systems, and just the unification comes together and having fun and sharing their love and their interest for Nintendo. And occasionally on the side it was a lot of there was some fanboy defense stuff there too, which some of it was kind of warranted, some of it wasn't. Like, there was, at the time, it was the Wii in 2011, and all the whole hating casual gaming, stuff like that. If you were online and paying attention to gaming stuff back in like the 7th generation consoles, you would have seen probably stuff like on YouTube and on the internet. And I'm not saying none of it was warranted, but not a lot of it was, and there was basically fanboy war crap going on back at the time. There was Sony guys and Microsoft guys and Nintendo guys all going at each other. And this was the Nintendo side, at least the main group of the Nintendo side. And it was such a fun group to actually be a part of, for the sole reason it was a group. I remember looking back on that, it was the first time on YouTube I actually was a part of something. It was a group, first time on YouTube I actually was interacting with other people and being a major part of something bigger than just being Sniping is Fun, just being on my channel. And there was a lot of guys and people in that group, and it was really, really interesting. There was, on top of myself, the group was started by the Black Baron, and you had people like Red Knight and Shokio, Cardi, Entertainment Eric, then Deku Sword, I say Shokio, We Lover, Nintendo, Patriot 7 Me, a lot of people. It was really crazy, and the sad thing looking back on that is a lot of those people are not even on YouTube anymore. Like, of course, I'm still on YouTube, and occasionally you see Black Baron and Shokio, but then there's people like, Dr. Dre is still around, and Tony Rende is still technically around a bit. But people like Game Reviews, I haven't seen him in years. Patriot 7 Me's gone, and Deku Sword's gone. Oh yeah, We Lover is still on as well. I have no idea what the heck happened in Nintendo and whatever happened between them. Apparently, I'm not even getting involved because I'm not a part of it. But, all these group of people just kind of disappeared, but there's still an image of the NW Nation still technically around. That we're just not as united, together. Yeah, and there's still Super Brothers and, Fat Gamer and whatnot. We're all still around. It's just like not all of us, but, some people are still around, but the idea of the NW Nation is pretty much kind of dead. And a lot of people just kind of disappeared off YouTube for whatever reason, life or whatever, I'm sure. It's just like, looking back on that, it was like a time as a Nintendo fan, like, I really wanted to be a part of that group. I really wanted to be united and talk about this stuff with these people and interact with these people. And a lot of them were cool people. They really were. And it was just so fun being a part of a group. And it was and it only lasted about like a year and a half, because around like 2012, 2013, you started seeing the group, the group starting to disappear anyways. I mean, it still lives on through the people that are still on, YouTube. And there is a Facebook group, I believe, that might still be open. I'm not fully sure. But overall, but it was a fun time being a Nintendo fan, interacting with those groups, despite like what war was going on at the time, fanboy bullcrap and everything. It was still enjoyable. And that, like I said, that's my first thing, because it was the first time I was actually a part of something. The second time is yet another time being a fan of something. This doesn't just apply to YouTube, but being online in general. And that was during the time, give me a second there, during the time of the need in the use of the group Operation Rainfall. And if you don't know that group, that was back around 2011, 2012, 2013, when basically this was around the end of the early Wii U, and there were certain RPGs on the Wii that were not localized yet, and a lot of like American fans, especially because these were coming out in European, around Europe and everything, and they were in Japan obviously already, but they weren't coming to America, and a lot of American Nintendo fans and gamers wanted these games, Last Story, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Pandora's Tower. And this wasn't just, like I said, this wasn't just, YouTube, it also applied to like Facebook and online in general. And this was yet another time actually being a part of something much grander than just myself. And it was like if you looked at my channel back around that time, like the summer of 2011 to about around the time Pandora's Tower came out, or shortly, some months before, I did Operation Rainfall videos up the butt. There was music videos and me talking and stuff like that. And it was me being a part of the group, pushing the image of the message of the group, and interacting and trying to push the name and support it and everything too. And that was also, just like the End of Nation, being a part of something, which is kind of crazy because it was around the same exact time. And it was a fun time to be, because it was being a part of something. And End of Nation was just kind of uniting on a front of being Nintendo fans, but like Operation Rainfall was something much grander. And they're still around today. You can go look on Facebook and on YouTube. They still have stuff, because it's basically now really a group not just supporting the localizations and stuff, but pushing the idea of like all these, these games for localizations, unlocalized stuff, and just kind of showing you like a lot of different support for games now. It's not really even, it's more than what the original name was for, what the original group was for. I haven't really looked into it much lately, but I remember fondly the time back then, because when those games weren't coming, I immediately was like, I need to support this, because those games look awesome. I like RPGs. You should know by now I love flipping RPGs. It's one of my favorite genres of gaming outside of fighting games. And I really was looking forward to wanting to play something like Xenoblade Chronicles and Last Story and Pandora's Tower. And I interacted with these people, and I was interacting with people not just on YouTube, but on all fronts. And of course, there were some doubters. There were some people that were against it. And I could understand why maybe they didn't think it would happen, but you have to try sometimes. And Operation Rainbow in the end won, and succeeded because we got all three games, and I own all three games, so there you go. But like I said, it was an awesome time, just like End of Nation, because it was a part of me being something bigger than just myself, and actually interacting with other fans and other people. Sometimes on just being fun and interacting and talking about stuff, and sometimes on the front lines and producing videos and doing stuff to actually kind of push the message along and help the cause. And then my third, and I'll just go 3 for this video. If I ever do another one, I'll let you guys know, because I'm just going to end it here because it's about 9 minutes or so now. The third one is yet another time I interacted with some people, and this is more recent, like within the last 2 years, and it's not even entirely on my channel, although incidents of it did happen years ago, because these two actually were on YouTube videos on my channel as well. If you guys know the YouTube channels Two Cousins Game and P&T Gamers, I have interacted with my cousins Vito and Patrick for years. They have both been on my YouTube channel for a long time. Like Vito, back in the day, was the Insane Gaming Geek on my channel. He eventually went and did a small channel like that on his own, which, yes, was a ripoff of Angry Video Game Nerd, for those of you who pretty much would have expected that. And he played games with me on my channel, and he interacted and did YouTube videos, talked about wrestling, talked about everything, video games and stuff. And then I went and ended up doing a YouTube channel with him called Two Cousins Game, which as of now, because we're both so busy right now, we can't really get together and do anything on the channel. One day that will hopefully work out again. But we've done basically gameplay videos and various other things talking about video games, movies, and stuff like that on that channel. And Patrick, he's also played some game stuff on my channel and has been part of my channel for years as well. And then we made P&T Gamers for us to do the same darn thing Two Cousins Game did. Gameplay channel talking about stuff and our interest in video games and movies and whatever the heck else, comic books or whatever. And it was a part of something greater than myself, but unlike Operation Rainfall and End of Nation, it was with people I actually knew, family members, people I'm actually connected to outside of the internet, outside of YouTube. And it was so fun actually doing it with channels with them and doing videos with them as well. So there you go. That's basically 3 of my most favorite moments here on YouTube. And if you've seen a connection to all of them, it was basically me interacting with people. That was the most fun, when I actually got to work alongside other people, whether I knew them or not. So take with it as you will there. So that's some of my favorite moments on YouTube. There's probably obviously more, like certain videos I made that I really liked, and like getting subscribers and getting comments and actually talking with people and stuff like that. But these were more moments I really wanted to talk about, and that's about it. My name is Sniping is Fun. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day. Hope you guys like this video, learning more about moments that were some of my favorites on YouTube. And I'll see you all later in my next video. See ya!